What's up YouTube, Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys an unboxing and size comparisons video for the Verizon Wear 24 smartwatch. As you guys may know, I'm on a mission out there to review every single Android Wear 2.0 device that I can get my hands on. Verizon did send this out to me, so I appreciate them sending it out. Now this did went on sale last week for $299 on contract, or I think $349 if you want to buy it off contract at Verizon. Has LTE connectivity obviously because it's at Verizon. There's the watch on top. It's kind of seated in there pretty nicely. I'm going to set that to the side. We'll see what else is inside the box. You've got charging dock there. It actually looks like a really nice charging dock. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but the one I showed with the Casio WSD-F20 is definitely not one of my favorite charging implementations. You got a standard power brick down in here. Everything is pretty well seated inside the box. And then some documentation for the Wear 24 smartwatch, probably your warranty card in there. And then the last thing that we expect to find, of course, power cable. It would be nice if smartwatches would start using USB Type-C, but that's probably not going to happen until maybe the next gen of smartwatches. So that's everything that's in the box. Nothing too unorthodox for a Android Wear smartwatch, pretty much what we would expect. Let's look at the actual watch itself. And then, of course, as usual, I'll do some size comparisons. I've heard some interesting things about this watch, but let's just talk a little bit about the specs here. You've got a AMOLED display here on the front, which we've seen on a lot of devices. I'll go ahead and power it up so you guys can get a look at the AMOLED display. You do have IP67 dust and water resistance on this particular device as well. You do not have a heart rate monitor, heart rate sensor on here. You have GPS and NFC built in, but Verizon has told Droid Life and a bunch of the other blogs that Android Pay is not going to be supported, which I find very strange considering they say that NFC is built in, but they're not going to support Android Pay. That's very weird. Obviously the LTE radios, it looks very nice. I mean, to be honest with you, this watch looks very similar to last year's Huawei watch, the Huawei Watch 1, just from the front. It reminds me of a very elegant watch. The strap is rubber, but it feels like it's a very soft, very nice rubber. It doesn't feel like it's going to be too stiff, which is something of interest because since this is LTE capable, the radios are actually in the bands themselves, so you won't be able to swap the bands out on this particular watch like you might be able to on other Android Wear devices. One thing I will say it's a little strange is that the screen is kind of flush here with the front bezel. That's going to make it prone to scratching, so I'll have to see how that holds up over time. That'll be rather interesting. Overall, though, I think it looks like a very nice watch, one of the nicer Android Wear 2.0 devices. It does only have one button over here on the side, so we'll have to test that out and see how that goes. I'm very interested, though, in, again, why they chose to include NFC but not support Android Pay. So let me go ahead and compare this to some of the other watches I have. Obviously, I'll do a follow-up video talking about the software and then a full review. This is the Samsung Gear S3 versus the Verizon Wear 24. They're very similar in size, actually. If we put them side by side, the Wear 24, they're pretty similar in thickness, too. The Wear 24 might be a tad bit thicker. Obviously, the last smartwatch I unboxed was the Casio WSD-F20. This watch is huge compared to the Verizon Wear 24. It's huge compared to pretty much any other Android Wear device as well. The bezel is giant and just sort of swallows up the entire thing. The LG watch style, which is actually my mom's watch, I've been able to borrow it for some comparisons, is smaller than the Wear 24, which you would expect. Put them side by side. The watch style is pretty much thinner than any of the other Android Wear devices, but it forgoes pretty much all of the various advanced communications functionality. The LG Watch Sport, which is one of my favorites so far, is a little bit bigger in terms of the overall bezel. It's also got those multiple buttons on the side, and it is thicker than the Wear 24 there. You can see from the side profile. And then the final watch here, which of course is my daily driver Android Wear watch, the $1,700 Tag Heuer Connected, which does have a bit bigger bezel. I gotta admit, I do like the thin bezel on the Wear 24, and if we put these in a side profile, I imagine the Tag Heuer is probably also a little bit thicker. Maybe not, they're pretty similar actually on the side profile. So the Wear 24 does appear to be pretty nice for people who are style conscious, but again, the lack of heart rate monitor and Android Pay might be a huge detractor for a lot of people. I will have a follow-up video talking about the software. We'll look at some of the watch faces. Let me know what you guys want to know about this particular watch and I'll definitely go ahead and take a look in the full review. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. That's been my unboxing and size comparisons. Find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy so I can make future videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.